Good afternoon. I hope you're having a great Friday. I'm Julie Broughton. The time now is 12:35. This is Take 6 when we hang out a little bit after our noon newscast and talk about what we're working on here that you'll see later today coming up on News 6. And on Fridays, we like to hang out with News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld. Apparently, Mike Holfeld and I also like to dress alike on Fridays. We have our matching, it's a little special thing we do. We have our matching jackets here, which is nice. And Mike, you're working on a story that we'll see later today. And this is
Yeah.
about Disney and something that I didn't know was an option, a Disney disability pass. A woman who happens to be a double amputee called you because she had some problems trying to get one of these, right?
Called me from Georgia, and obviously we help people not only here in the state of Florida but coast to coast, and they reached out to us because they know the reputation of the investigators. And we vet these things because Disney has a good reputation of making sure people are not taking advantage of these disability passes. So I got the doctor to write me, and he writes, and I'll read this to you. Mrs. O'Neill is being seen in our office for prosthetic care after having her left leg amputated below the knee and a transmetatarsal amputation of the right foot. That's metatarsal.
Mm-hmm.
And for layman terms, she lost all 5 toes. So I want to show you some video now that she posted on the social media because she was pleading her case coast to coast. And you'll see she is a legitimate amputee.
And Mavis, oops, sorry, Winston, I just hit you in the head. Mavis, the tiny foot that I barely can balance on, I assumed that I qualified for Disney Disability Services. Apparently, this is not enough of a handicap to qualify for disability services.
So this woman
We planned
is
the
a
trip to
fiery
Disney,
personality,
and
refused
as
to...
an amputee,
Go ahead and kill the audio now because she told me I don't want to look at myself as an amputee. I don't want to look at myself as being disabled. But in this case, the doctor told me that she can't stand for long periods of time. And what Disney did was offer her a wheelchair, which would make perfect sense, except for amputees, because the blood for the remaining part of the leg that remains
Mm-hmm.
will stay there. It'll build, so there's a risk. So she
Mm-hmm.
couldn't have the wheelchair. She wanted the DAS pass because what that does is allow you time away. You pick a time to go to the ride, the line you'll be in, and then she can come back. So there's no physical stress.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, we got involved. We talked to Disney. We sent this note so that they had medical evidence, but they said they're not going to reverse the opinion. She's not going to get the Disability Access Service Pass, the DAS. And there's that little quote I told you about from the doctor: difficulty tolerating
Yeah.
extended waits due to a disability. But see, that's Disney's policy. If you
Mm-hmm.
have difficulty waiting in line for long periods of time, you're eligible. Here's a double amputee. She's told no. So she went there in person. The first employee said no. The supervisor reviewed it, and it was approved. So what I'm going to try to do, there's that note that we just showed
Mm-hmm.
everybody. I'm going to try to do, Julie, is work with Disney to have a special standing for
Mm-hmm.
amputees because I understand if you have a bad knee,
Mm-hmm.
sprained ankle, or whatever, or you're just not fit and you can't walk long periods of time and you need the wheelchair, that's fine. That's fair.
Yeah.
You don't want to take advantage of the system and just cut in front of the line because you don't feel like waiting in line. But if you're an amputee, I think that you don't have to you shouldn't have to lobby for it. I think it should
Right.
be an accepted thing. Why do you have to prove you're an amputee? I mean, there it is. So she did it in person, and that's what it took. And she went public with me because she doesn't want it to happen to anyone else. Because she says, how many amputees are being denied
Mm-hmm.
with no explanation?
I mean, I was shocked when I saw that this was your story today because you would think, a woman who or a person who's an amputee would have no issue getting that. So I know Disney says a case by case basis, but I'm not sure what their criteria would be when seeing that this pass was denied originally.
Right, and I went back and forth with them on this, and I have, it looks like we were working for Congress, several letters from them. Basically, what they're saying is they feel that the wheelchair option is the best for mobility issues, and I agree 100%,
Mm.
except if you're an amputee, given these side effects that can occur
Yeah.
when you're standing or sitting for long periods of time. We believe here at News 6 that amputees need to have a special provision in the Disney policy.
Yeah.
Is this going to happen overnight? No, it is a case-by-case basis. But if you're an amputee, I think you should be able to get that pass.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that they reversed the decision and that she got that. And I'm so happy that she's sharing this story because I can only imagine how many other people have been through this exact same thing that she went through.
Yeah, unsettling, but you want to give her a hug because she smiles. She's
Yeah.
obviously going through a difficult thing here. She's been an amputee for 4 years, hadn't been back to Disney since that. And I remember she telling me she looked at her husband and said, I was just denied. Because what Disney does is they offer a live chat so you can apply for it, sort of like we're doing right now, kind of a FaceTime.
Yeah.
And so they did that and they denied it. And she called me and we got involved. And it took a lot of lobbying, but it paid off.
Yeah. Well, I hope she enjoyed her trip to Disney.
She
After
did.
Good. Good.
She did. And
Wait,
you'll see
wait.
that whole thing tonight at 5:30. It's a good ending.
All right. Well, we love it. I'm glad you're working on this, Mike, and we will talk to you later. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good seeing you.
Good to see you. Let's go ahead and get a check of your forecast for your weekend. Now, Friday, if you've been outside today, you've noticed it is pretty windy. That is out ahead of a front that is on its way to Florida, and it will bring along with it a few showers as we move through the afternoon into the evening hours. Satellite and radar imagery showing already a few isolated showers have moved through our northern counties into areas like Flagler County, but really that line not terribly impressive. Here's a wider look out for you, showing you where that front is. It is moving into North Florida. The showers are out ahead of that, and our winds are coming in pretty strong out of the southwest ahead of that, which means it is a warm day. Actually feels pretty nice out there. Right now it's 77 in Orlando, 75 in Melbourne, 73 in the Villages, 69 in Ocala, and 70 in Palm Coast. Look at the winds coming in out of our front from the southwest. 26-mile-per-hour winds right now in Melbourne, 21-mile-per-hour winds in New Smyrna Beach, 22-mile-per-hour winds in Sanford, and winds are at 26 miles per hour right now in Ocala. And we are seeing some higher gusts, and that will certainly be the case as some of these showers come through as well. Here's a look at our clouds and rain forecast rolling you through the rest of the afternoon hours. Again, we'll still be dealing with some spotty showers extending from Daytona Beach back down through the Apopka area toward the Villages, back toward Leesburg around 5, 6 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, we'll see some showers still lingering in areas of Brevard County near Cape Canaveral, East Orange County, down into the Four Corners area and into Osceola County before getting that out of here by around 11 o'clock. But you'll notice we'll still see quite a bit of cloud cover before those clouds clear behind that front overnight. So we start the day tomorrow. We should see plenty of sunshine for our weekend. The weekend actually looking pretty nice for us before we warm it up again into the middle part of next week. So here's how it looks for you as we take you through your next 7 days. Again, today our rain chances are at 40%, already seeing some of those spotty showers. 71 tomorrow, so a little cooler behind our front. 68 on Sunday, and then heading into the work week, looking like a dry stretch with temperatures in the low 70s by Monday. And look at that, Wednesday and Thursday, we are back in the low 80s. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells will have much more on the timing of all this for you. Coming up on News 6 at 4, Ginger Gadsden is back from her big trip to New York, so she will be with us at 4. Lisa Bell's here as well. So we will see you later this afternoon. If you have any questions or comments for us here at Take 6, head to clickorlando.com/take6. Let us know what's on your mind. We're so happy you stopped by, and I'll see you at 4.